Are you tired of being limited by ChromeOS and not being able to run the advanced tools you need? Honestly, something just doesn't feel right about having perfectly good hardware locked down by big companies, basically restricting your device to a glorified web browser. Well, I have decided to break those limits and put the power back in my own hands by setting up this Chromebook with Kali Linux, turning it into my own ultimate portable penetration testing machine. In this video, I will be taking you through the entire setup from start to finish. So, no more waiting, let's get right into it. As you can see right here, we have a full working version of Kali Linux running smoothly and natively on this Chromebook. We have got complete access to the terminal, all the built-in penetration testing tools, and it runs incredibly well. Grab your Chromebook and let's jump into the step-by-step installation. To start, we have to enable the developer mode on this Chromebook. In order to enable the developer mode on this Chromebook, we need to restart this first, and then I'm gonna just shut down for now. Once it's shut down, there are 3 combinations of the keys that you can press together at the same time so that you could enable the developer mode. So now the Chromebook is turned off. We can press escape, refresh, and also the power button all together at the same time. And then it should bring us to this page. It's gonna say please insert a recovery USB disk or SD card. If you don't have, it's totally fine because I don't have anything on this one in order to back up. But if you do have, try to insert a USB drive or SD card in order to back up your files and keep that. If you see this page, don't worry, just press Ctrl D. Press Ctrl D, and it's gonna say, to turn the OS verification off, press enter, your system will reboot and local data will be cleared. To go back, press escape. But we want to do that because it's gonna turn off the operating system verification and it will turn on the developer mode. We're gonna press enter, and then it's gonna reboot, and we should see that the OS verification is off. It means that we are good to go and the developer mode is on. So in order to skip this page or this screen, just again press Ctrl D, and you should be able to see your Chrome operating system turn on. So as you can see, your system is transitioning to developer mode. Local data has been cleared. Modification you make to systems are not supported by Google, may cause hardware issues and may void warranty. Keep that in mind and do this on your own risk. Cancel, turn your computer off now. And again, it's gonna start in 11 seconds or 9 seconds for now. So after that, it will automatically turn the Chrome operating system on in the developer mode. Okay, now it's preparing the system for developer mode. This may take a while. Do not turn off your computer off until it has restarted itself. So I think it's going to take about 5 minutes or something because we do have a timer there. And let's see. The timer is almost up, about 2 seconds now. It should be done. Yep, so it took about 5 minutes to enable the developer mode. As you can see, OS verification is off. Press space to re-enable. We don't want that. We just saw when you again was presented with this screen, just do Ctrl D and it should boot your Chrome OS normally, but in developer mode. As you can see, it boots up normally, no issues at all. And then there you have it. You have your Chromebook ready to be used in developer mode. Now we're gonna flash the UEFI firmware. We need to log into the Chromebook and download and run the firmware utility script on this Chromebook in order to enable the boot options. That I'm gonna first connect to the Wi-Fi network and then log in, and then we'll jump into running the firmware utility script. So now I'm connected to the Wi-Fi network, and then let's get started. Okay, I'm already connected, and then I'm gonna just for personal use, next. So this is the Chromebook that we have already logged in. So in order to install the script, I'll provide the link in the description of the video as well, but it will be, at the Mr. Chrome, it's got Mr. Chromebox.tech, and then so once you're logged in, go open your Chrome browser and then go to the following link that is shown here. I will provide the link in the description of the video as well. And then once we need to run the firmware utility script. And to do that, the script is right here. It mentions that if we need to run this, we should be on a VT2 terminal. And then for that, we need to press Ctrl Alt F2 Control Alt F2 would be, let me show you. So the F2 would be this arrow here. If I enter that, it's gonna go localhost, and this, the username would be Chronos, I guess. Chronos. Okay, now we are logged in Chronos, and then we can exit this first. Okay, Chronos. So we are logged in as a Chronos, and to return to the browser, we can again press Control Alt the F1, which would be this arrow, and then we can go back. Now I'm gonna just copy and paste this one. So now that we are back on the browser, I'm gonna copy this script here. Let me copy this one. Copy it, and then again we're gonna press Control Alt F2, and then we are already logged in as Chronos, and then I'm gonna just paste it. I don't know why it didn't copy, but let's go back. Okay, I haven't used the Chromebook much, so it's a little bit tricky. So now that we are back on the browser, we need to copy this script. I'm gonna just select this one and then Control C, and then again go to the VT2 terminal by pressing Control Alt and F2, which would be the next arrow. Here I'm gonna just Control V. I don't know why it doesn't Control V. I can't paste. Okay, let me go back to the browser. So when I used the Control Alt F2, I wasn't able to paste anything on this here. So I just did a little Google search, and it says that when the window is open, you can just press Control Alt T and then type shell. It should give you the same shell as that. Now I have already copied this script here. Okay, I'm gonna come back here and then Control Shift V. We should be okay. Hit enter. Then it should install. The no new privilege flag is set, which prevents sudo from running as root. If sudo is running in a container, you may need to adjust the container configuration disable flag. Okay, let me do sudo here. Let's see what happens. Come on. Okay, the sudo flag is set, which prevents sudo from running as root. Okay, let me type this command manually, or maybe let me go back here, then Control Shift V. No, it doesn't allow me. Again, go back. For some reason, I'm not unable to paste this command in a VT2 shell. That's why I'm gonna just type it manually. So I'm gonna go back to the shell and then type the command as cd. Then I'm going to type the command as cd perl capital L-O. Okay. Now it's downloading the supported files, downloading the required tools, and also getting device system info. So now it should run, and it may take about a few seconds to a minute or something. And then, as you can see, all the options are available. We're gonna install and update the UEFI full ROM firmware. We're gonna see the boot options too. So first we're gonna go and do the install update raw legacy firmware, or we can do the install update UEFI full ROM firmware. I'm gonna do the two. So flashing the firmware has the potential to break your device, requiring relatively inexpensive hardware and some technical knowledge to recover. Not all boards can be tested prior to release. I'd say yes. Okay, press enter to return to main menu. So now it's loaded, and we are gonna go and choose option 1, which is install or update the RW legacy firmware. Hit enter and then hit yes to continue. And it's gonna downloading the RW legacy firmware update. It's gonna run it, install it. Should take about a few seconds to a minute. We're gonna pause the video and come back when it's done. So as you can see, it says that the RW legacy firmware successfully installed and updated. Press enter to return to the main menu. Okay, and that's it. So now that we are done installing the legacy firmware, we're gonna just turn the computer off by holding the power button right here. In order to download the Kali Linux ISO image, open your favorite browser and head to the kali.org website. Once on the website, click on the download section here. Here you do have different options to choose. For example, installer images or for virtual machines, for ARM devices, mobile, cloud, container, live boot, and also WSL. Since we are carrying a bootable USB drive for Kali Linux, we're gonna download the installer ISO image here. Here also you do have different options. You can download the full installer image, or you can download the weekly or netstellar or everything. Also, if your architecture is x64, Also, they do have option for Apple Silicon for ARM64, but for me, I'm gonna choose the installer image for the x86-64 version and click on install. I'm gonna stop this since I have already downloaded the setup here and I don't need to re-download it again. Once we have the Kali Linux ISO image download and ready, we have to use a software tool in order to create a bootable USB drive. For this, we're going to use Rufus, and you can find the link in the description of the video as well, but you can search for rufus.ie. Make sure to choose the right language for yourself. For me, it's in English. You can choose other languages as well. And then once on the website, scroll down and you can find the versions here. You have the standard, portable, and also for different architectures. For me, I'm gonna go with the Rufus standard latest version here. Click on it. It's a small software. The size is small, so it would download immediately. So once you have both setups ready, and also make sure that your USB is connected to your laptop or PC. As you can see, mine is attached and ready, and I don't have any files on it. Then you're gonna click on Rufus, hit yes. And then here it automatically choose the flash drive here and disk or ISO image. I'm going to select the disk and that will be Kali Linux ISO image here. Open, and I would leave the rest by default. I don't need to change anything, but if you want to change anything, you can just do that. I leave it as it is because there's no need to do that. And then hit start and write an ISO image mode, recommended, okay. And then it says that it's gonna use the application only includes installation files. I'll say yes. So here it's gonna say that the data, it will erase everything on your device, on your USB drive. For me, since I have nothing on that, I'm gonna hit OK. But if you have something, make sure to back it up first. Hit OK. Now it's gonna create the bootable USB drive. Okay, now the USB drive is ready to use in order to install it on another PC or laptop. As you can see here, the Kali Linux is booted and ready to be used. In order to install the Kali Linux on this Chromebook, we have our bootable USB drive here. We plug it in and then turn on the Chromebook. Once we're on this page, we press Ctrl L and then we can press a numeric key to select an alternative bootloader. I would say this one and then press escape to choose the boot menu. So we're gonna choose boot default and then we're gonna go with the BEM and then click enter. Now we are presented with the Kali Linux installation page. And then we can select on the graphical install, hit enter. For the language, I'm gonna go with English. You can choose whichever language that works for you. Next, and the country, I'll go with the United States. And also for the keyboard configuration, I'm going to go with the American English. Now we have to connect the Chromebook to the internet. I'm using my own Wi-Fi, home Wi-Fi. You can use your own home Wi-Fi or you can use your mobile hotspot, whichever works for you. So for the hostname, I'll keep it as Kali, hit enter. I don't need a domain name for this installation, hit enter. And then for the new user, I would say Kali, or I would just name it Noyan. Continue, username for the account, choose a strong password, and then hit enter. I'll go with central. And for the partition disk, I'm going to go with the guided, use the largest continuous free space, or you can go with the use entire disk. I'm going to go with the use the entire disk since I don't have any other important files on this Chromebook. I'm going to install it on the whole disk. But if you have any important files or documents, make sure to back it up first. Go with that. That will be the one. The other one is the USB. I'm not going to install that, but the first one is the main disk. And click enter. And I'm going to go with all files in one partition in order to partition disks. Enter. And here, finishing partitioning and write changes to the disk. Continue, and then yes. Now for the software selection, I'm going to go with the desktop environment, which is the XFC, Kali's default desktop. You do have the option to choose collection of tools and also top 10 most popular tools and also default or recommended tools. These are the options that I would just leave it as it is and continue. Now it's gonna select and install all the softwares that are coming with this package. The installation is almost done. The installation is complete and we need to reboot the Chromebook. We just need to hit enter. It's gonna finish the installation and then reboot the Chromebook. Again, if you're presented with this page, do not panic. Just press Ctrl and L and then press a numeric key to select an alternative bootloader. You can press any number. I'm gonna press 1 and it should automatically boot to the Kali Linux. As you can see, it's gonna boot the Kali Linux. You can hit enter and then we should be good to go. Here I'm gonna just remove the USB drive. We don't need it anymore. We have successfully installed the Kali Linux on this Chromebook, and then I'm gonna enter my username and password. Then we will be able to see the desktop. Here we have it, the Kali Linux on the Chromebook. Everything works fine. We do have access to internet. This is the browser. And then we have the terminal. Who am I? Unknown. And then I can see fconfig, ipconfig. We do have everything. We do have all the programs here. For example, reconnaissance, everything. So the Kali Linux works completely functional on this Chromebook. If this video helped, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification bell. If you want to install a Mint on your Chromebook, make sure to check this video on the site.